What really gets my dick hard is...
So fucking what?
Welcome to Metal Up Your Podcast. I'm Ethan Luck.
And I'm Clint Wells.
And this is episode 57. We're discussing a recap of the night we had last week.
Yeah, for those of you who've been listening, we had our 1-year anniversary party at the Cobra here in Nashville.
I was talking about the night we had. Oh, this is the party episode. Shit, okay.
You really, truly caught me off guard with that joke.
Good. I just
I
thought
really
of it.
was caught off guard.
My improvisational skills were just flying high right now.
I'm also a little out of it because I had one of my wisdom teeth taken out today.
Yeah.
So I'm a little out of it.
A little out of it. So how many do you have left?
How many wisdom teeth do I
Yeah.
have? How much wisdom do I have left, or wisdom teeth?
Well, I know you lack wisdom as after your procedure today. That's usually
Right.
what happens. But how many do you have left in your mouth?
This was the first one I've ever had out.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
34 years old, first time.
I'm surprised they didn't take all of them out. I'm being serious. I don't know why the church giggles are starting, but when I got my wisdom teeth out at like 21, I think it was, they went ahead and just took all 4 out.
Maybe I'm just too old and I'm too delicate for them
Yeah.
to...
It's kind of like when a dog gets really old and they don't recommend surgery because they may not survive it.
Well, I will say, without boring our listeners, good God, this is the intro, by the way.
This is our new dentist podcast, by the way.
The tooth was... I kind of sound like Joe Dirt when he's like, I'm not a scientist, but his skull was infused with his brain, and but the root of the tooth was like wrapped around the tooth. It was a very intense experience.
Okay.
Even the doctor afterwards, all doctors and dentists for sure, they're all kind of strange people. They all have strange vibes.
Sure.
Because you kind of have to be to do that job.
Well, for the amount of shit you see in different
Just
procedures. Yeah.
I could smell them drilling on
Did
my tooth.
you stay awake for it?
Yeah.
Punk
They gave
rock,
me a
dude.
shit ton of shots in my mouth.
Probably got some nitrous.
And then he started cutting on the tooth, and I was like, I definitely feel that. And he
Wait,
was
you
like,
had it pull. You had your wisdom. I guess yours are.
he had to cut it in half.
But yours have already come out.
It was halfway out.
'Cause
That's the
mine
problem.
half of mine were still impacted,
Right.
so that's why I was out cold.
So he cut the tooth into pieces and then yanked them out.
It's a crazy smell.
But he had a hard time doing it. He was like, he told me afterwards, he was like, I've literally done this 10,000 times, and that's one of the hardest ones I've ever had.
Really?
And I was like, I put up metal horns. I was like, metal.
Like, fuck yeah, bro.
But dude, in addition to the meds, I just feel out of my mind. So anyway,
Sure.
In fact, I don't know if you could tell, but this part of my face, I'm pointing to the left side of my jaw all the way down. I can't feel still.
Oh, you still can't?
So if I'm talking weird or I look weird, that's why. Much like the way I sounded at the party, as we're about to hear.
We'll get into that after some emails, but I had the pleasure all day today before we recorded this of kind of trimming down some dead space in these segments we recorded at the party, and needless to say, Clint hit it a little harder than I did.
Well, I've been on this diet, and meaning I've not been eating a lot.
Yeah,
So
that's a good diet.
I drank kind of a normal amount for me, but with only 600 calories that
Nothing
day.
to soak it in.
What is that? We're going to skip all the other household stuff. We wanted to make this just a fun, quick recap episode. We are, however, going to read emails. The best way to get a hold of us is through our email address, metalupyourpodcastshow@gmail.com. We read 5 or 6 or 10 or 100 a week.
This week it's going to be 150.
Well, let's get into it.
Yeah.
Here are the emails. We'll start us off. I think this is our Peruvian friend, Luis.
Luis Lima. He says, "Hey, Ethan and Clint, how are you?" Well, Clint just said how he was. He got a tooth pulled today.
Yeah. How are you, though, by the way?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm feeling great. I wrote a new song this morning, so I'm excited
cool.
about that. Yeah. It's going to be at least a number 58 hit.
Good.
Luis says, "Congrats to 1-year anniversary. Hope 100 more to come. One of my favorite part is the church giggles on the Jason episode. I fucking ROTFLMAO.
He rolled on the floor, laughing his butt off.
He did. Thank you for the
butt-
censored
his-
version, by the way.
Well, there's
For our
kids
younger
listening for sure.
listeners. He says, thank you for the show and hope you're having a blasting 2018, Luis. Well,
Thanks,
thanks,
Luis.
man. We really appreciate it. I think he's from Brazil.
Oh, maybe I said Lima because of Lear.
Didn't you say South America?
I said Peru.
Oh, Peru.
Who knows why?
You can write us and correct us. I thought it was Brazil, but
Let's just spend the rest of the episode guessing what country he's from.
I think he's from Colombia.
Our listeners will just really love that.
They will.
Was it Ecuador? Was it Congo?
He's from Chile.
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 Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Luis. Our next email, almost at our next episode. Danny Derry. Appreciate the shout out for Devil Without a Cause. We're getting some Kid Rock action here.
Oh, that's great.
He says, whether fans like it or not is irrelevant. The new metal, he's changing gears to new metal here. He says the new metal explosion in the late 90s and early 2000s is the last time something new was happening and making metal as popular as any other genre of our time. Limp Bizkit isn't cool. Okay, fine, but I still rock out if I hear break stuff. I rock out too if by rock out you mean change the dial.
My hand rocks out so fast it changes the dial.
Oh, it's like it's a James Hetfield speed metal riff getting to that fucking dial. He says, all I'm saying is the new metal era gets a bad rap. I was in my early 20s, and I know I wasn't the only one having fun at all those concerts. And then he changes gears again to Kid Rock. It's okay to like Kid Rock. Devil Without a Cause sold like 15 million, so somebody likes him.
Well, yeah.
True.
Yeah.
He was very popular.
Creed sold more than that, so people like Creed. But
Right.
I could just go ahead and say personally, like I'm not really a new metal fan.
Me neither.
And I think a lot of new metal was also mixed in with that era of like the newer rap rock. Because for me, rap rock was either Run DMC and Aerosmith or Rage Against the Machine. But back then, it wasn't called rap rock.
I totally agree. Like, what was there? I think they just called that alternative. I think Rage Against the Machine was generally considered alternative
or hard rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Political rock.
But a lot of that new metal stuff, I mean, System of a Down, I guess I call it new metal band, maybe?
System of a Down, I think, would put in there. With rap
like,
rock, you're
what's that-
talking Linkin Park, Korn,
Our favorite, Hoobastank.
Hoobastank.
Yeah.
The reason is yeah.
That's actually a really good, well-written song.
Really?
Reason is yeah. You don't think you like, I mean, as a songwriter.
I haven't listened to it enough.
Not a perfect person.
Oh, I have. That is kind of hooky.
It's a great chorus.
Here's the problem with
Oh,
that.
Papa Roach. That's a good one.
Papa Roach.
Yeah.
Cut my life into pieces. Here's the problem with Hoobastank. Their band is called Hoobastank.
Yeah, we've talked about this
It's
before.
the worst.
It's a pretty bad name. And I probably admitted this in the past, but I owned that record at one point. It's probably in my attic right now.
I can see you here when, like, right before I get here, you're like, you got it. The volume's real low, but you got it. You're like, the reason is yeah. One single tear sliding down.
I've got one finger in my ear like I'm in the studio.
You're like, I'm not a perfect person, Dad.
And I immediately email my dad like, passively.
You email him.
Exactly. I don't have the guts just to call him.
Immediately send my dad a Facebook direct message.
And he's not even on Facebook.
But you know what he keeps talking about is like I said on either our last episode or 2 more or 7 more, I can't remember. That Devil Without a Cause record was really good. It had Cowboy Baby,
Yeah.
but the song Devil Without a Cause, I'm going platinum.
You could throw him into rap rock. He rapped.
And dude, it was fun. Like All My Heroes in the Methadone Clinic.
Yeah, I mean,
I loved all that shit.
I've never owned a Kid Rock record, but I will admit that there are songs he's done that I think are cool.
Here's what happened. I remember this distinctly. Is he was kind of underground a little bit before that record happened,
Right?
And then I remember getting that record before it blew up. Before
Yeah.
Only God Knows Why, the big
Yeah.
ballad.
Right.
Everyone just kind of knew what Bawitdaba was. It was a big summer single. Then I got real snobby and upset about Kid Rock because he did American Badass and sampled My Boys Metallica.
Yes.
And then I got to see my first ever Metallica show where James didn't show up and fucking Kid Rock played Sad But True and did American Badass with My Boys. And it was a fall from grace for me.
Yeah, sure. I get that.
Then he's covering Sweet Child of Mine with fucking Sheryl Crow.
That's right. I forgot about
No,
that
no,
one.
no, he didn't cover Sweet Child of Mine.
No, she just did it by herself.
I put your picture away.
That was the song they did together. Yeah.
Good
It was
grief.
like a mid-tempo kind of.
kind of faux country.
Yeah. I almost wish that, I know we're getting way off topic here with Kid Rock, but I almost wish that dude over the years would have just done like a cool country record with like T-Bone Burnett or something, because the guy can sing. He really can.
I'll say this, man. I've had a few bus drivers that have driven him. I can't think of his real name. They all call him his real name, Mike. He has like a name like Mike or Dave or something.
No, it's
Matt,
shit.
Phil,
Matt,
Brad,
Phil,
Jim, John.
Jimmy Johnson. Yeah.
I've mentioned this on the show before. Anytime that we get a new bus driver, I'm always up in the front lounge asking who they've worked for, and I always want to know the dirt. And the stories about him are really. He has a really good reputation amongst the music industry.
Yes, yeah. I have a friend, Caleb Owens, who literally lives next door to him.
Okay.
In Whites Creek.
Whites Creek. I was going to say White
And
Bridge.
I think
yeah.
Kid Rock's got like 200 acres or something ridiculous.
He's got a bitchin' place out here.
This place is a double wide trailer that's like pimped out.
Oh, really?
It's camouflage.
No way.
But where he's at, I haven't been up there, but my friend was telling me about it. I mean, it literally overlooks all of Nashville. You can, if you're driving up, I think 24, you can see it.
Is his name Dwayne?
No.
What's his name?
It's Robert Ritchie.
No.
Yeah, Robert James Ritchie.
That's not what these guys were calling him. Does he go by that? Does he go by Rob?
Maybe Rob or Robbie?
Robbie. Or Bob?
Bobby.
Bob.
Bob Ritchie. Bobbert.
James Jr. Senior Esquire Hetfield. All right.
By the way, we're still doing emails. We should move on.
Okay. Thanks, Danny.
All right, next email comes from Teddy Robinson. Hello, Teddy. Said, hey guys, sorry I haven't written in a while. It's okay. Been super busy with work on the holidays. Just writing to wish you guys a happy first anniversary on the show. I've learned quite a bit of things I didn't know about Metallica, and have been reminded of the things I already knew but forgot, all thanks to your show.
Well, get ready for the next segment on things you never knew about Kid Rock.
Exactly. My brother and I are kicking around the idea of starting a podcast devoted to our favorite NFL team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Fuck the Steelers, man. I'm sorry. I don't even like football. I just said
totally agree. I have no idea what any
I
of that
totally
means.
just did that to get a rise out of you. I don't watch football. Go Titans, I guess. I know sports aren't your thing. Well, hang on. If I could stop for a second. Football's not my thing. I love the Dodgers.
He might have been talking to me.
Sports are definitely not your thing. I could tell. I could vouch for Clint. For all of you listening, sports are not his thing.
I don't know if it's the tight black skinny jeans, the eyebrow piercing, the gay equality tattoo on my forearm, or the fact that I have "I hate sports" tattooed on my neck. But
on your
I don't know what gives it away.
I mean, I'm covered in tattoos, and I wouldn't say I have like skinny jeans. Are these skinny jeans? You think?
You are an atypical looking sports fan.
Really?
You're not a typical looking. You look like
Okay,
you look
I'll
like
take
a
it.
you look like a rock guy. You look like a rocker.
Cool, I'll take it. Okay, all that to say, Clint is not the sports guy. I am kind of a sports guy.
Right.
The only sport I've really fallen out of love with is basketball.
Yeah,
because I'm a big Lakers fan. But I grew up watching the Dodgers, and I'm a big hockey fan. So the Predators. So, but I'm not like the guy that's like, yeah, baby. And if like my team loses,
Right.
I say shit like, man. Like, why the fuck didn't they do this and this and that? And they would have won if they'd done this. Or when they win, I don't go, we did it. Because
Yeah.
guess what? I didn't do shit. I was sitting on my couch watching the game with a bowl of popcorn.
If they did it.
in one hand and a fucking
Right.
vodka drink in the other hand. I didn't do shit.
So what you're basically trying to say is that you're a very chill, cool, sane person who enjoys sports sometimes.
Correct.
And let me fire this about myself. I don't care about sports. I don't pay attention. But I'm not one of these quote unquote artist types. It's like, what's the sports ball? I don't do that. I understand.
You're watching sports ball?
I know what all the terms are. I could probably name most major teams and what cities they correlate with.
Yeah.
And I definitely have no problem with anyone who loves sports. I don't think it's stupid or aggro or anything fucking dumb like that. I just don't.
What's the football team in Pittsburgh?
The Pirates. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's the Steelers.
Okay, good.
I know that the Pirates are actually the baseball team. See,
They are.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Barry Bonds used to play for that
Yep,
team.
I got to go to my first Pirates game this year when I was at a day off in Pittsburgh. It was fucking awesome.
Aw.
I got a free ticket from some random person outside the stadium.
We're in rare form today on these
We are.
emails.
We're in tangent form tonight. All right, moving on. He says, I know smarts aren't your thing. Just wanted you to know you guys were a big influence on me to give it a try. Here's to many more years of you guys zoning it like no other. From Heath Teddy Robinson.
Teddy.
Dude, first of all,
congrats on the podcast.
Yeah, man. I hope
We wish
it
you
takes
luck.
it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of diligence. It takes a lot of time to really hone in on what you want to do to find a good format. Yeah, I could tell you from experience, don't go on as many tangents as we did just now.
Don't talk about Kid Rock too much.
or sports and lack thereof liking them.
Here's what I'll say about it, though. You know, like as one of my favorite directors, Woody Allen says, he says 80% of the work is just showing up and doing it.
Right, exactly.
So you guys have been talking about it forever. It's time to fucking get up and do it.
Yeah,
Will it be good? Will you fail? Will it be successful? You'll never know until you do it. It sounds cliche, but it's just cliche because it's true.
It's true. Even before we started this, or even my other podcast, I wanted to do one. Like this is probably 2 years ago, and I did a little interview right here in my garage with my friend Nate, and everything went well, and it sounded great. I was just nervous.
Yeah.
And so I just put it to the side.
Right.
And then finally I kind of just like, just manned up, bro. And
Put your football helmet on.
yeah, I
and
put my football helmet on, man, and I put my like
Put your cleats on.
basketball sneakers on.
got your hockey stick out.
I got my curling stick out. They're probably not called sticks.
You got
by
your
the way.
luge board out.
No, it's a broom actually. I got my curling broom out.
You got your luge. I was pivoting over to a luge metaphor, luge imagery.
Okay, luging.
Isn't a luge like a sled that you
like,
lay on?
It's like a sled with like big rails on the bottom.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
all you really do is just lay on it and you just go.
Well, I call it luging.
Yeah. Hey, before I move on, Heath, shoot us an email if you want any suggestions, because I actually just yesterday emailed a long list of kind of how I got started in it and gear that I've bought and used and what's worked and what's not. And if you'd like some info on that, shoot us an email and I'll give it to you.
That's a very generous invitation.
I'm feeling
of you.
generous tonight.
Definitely send that to Ethan. All right, and not me.
Put subject to the sports guy.
I'm just kidding. Anyone who's ever written into us knows that when we have the time, even though we read 5 or 10 of these, we write back in depth. We spend a lot of time in email land with our listeners
you
because
definitely write back longer than I do.
Well, I really care about these people.
I don't.
Not that you don't. I just mean it means a lot to me that people care about the show and engage with the
course,
show.
yeah.
And so when I have time, I'm really happy to do it. I'm finding that we have less and less time because we get a lot more emails than we used to.
Oh yeah.
Rob Bagaleos. There's no way that's correct.
Bagaleos.
Bagaleos.
A bag of Lay's.
A bag of Lay's potato chips.
God, I'm hungry.
All right, dear Rob, bag of Lay's. He says, hi, just listen to the Beyond Magnetic episode. Good stuff as usual. Excuse me. I was pleasantly surprised at how good Beyond is. I first listened to it on YouTube before shelling out $30 for it on Discogs. I got it sealed and mint condition. That's pretty rare.
I know, it's crazy.
In fact, I don't think I knew until I read this email that they'd released that on vinyl. I bet our friend Kent Bell has it on vinyl.
Does he say that it's vinyl or is it a
Oh,
just a
maybe he
CD?
just he said he spent $30 on it.
I mean, if it's that rare, even on CD.
True.
I mean,
That's
I've
true.
got 6 copies. Do you want one for $15?
$14.99, and it's a
Sold.
deal. He says, I'm really glad that I added it to my growing Metallica collection. He asks, have you guys listened to or reviewed the Live at Grammys album? We're definitely going to be doing that.
Oh yeah.
He asked if the others were there. Neither of us got to go, although it is in our hometown.
I almost got to go, by the way.
He says, what are your thoughts on sound quality, performance, and set list? I'm thinking of picking a copy up. Set list is pretty short, I'll say that.
It's very short. It's only 8 songs,
It's
I believe,
not a
but it's
long
all
set.
old school stuff, which is cool. They played nothing past and Justice for All. It's all old school
Is that true? I feel like there's one newer one in there.
I don't think so. You can look it up real quick, but I do own the vinyl. I would grab the vinyl and read the track listing right now, but it's 2 rooms away, which is really far, and we're recording right now. While Clint's looking this up, I will say a quick little story. I had the opportunity to go to that.
They did Fuel.
Fuel, okay. Still, almost all old school shit except for Fuel.
And they did Sabbath, true.
So I'm so incorrect, and I own this record.
Fail!
Outlaw Torn again, bro.
I own it. It happens to be upstairs in my cupboard. I won't go get it, but
But I almost got to go to that. I had a friend who's a local promoter in town, and he hit me up. He's like, dude, Metallica's playing at Grammys tonight. I've got an extra spot. Do you want to go? And I was like, oh, fuck. I'm in Kansas City. I'll be home tomorrow morning.
Wow.
So I got asked
Could've
to go,
gone.
and I couldn't go. And I stayed up till like 2 a.m. that night online, like looking up any info about it, like post it happening. Clearly, I didn't look up the set list.
Well, for those of you who don't know, the basement where they played is a very, very small, cool club. It's one of my favorite small little clubs in Nashville.
180 cap, maybe.
And it's below a very cool record store called Grimey's. And Grimey is a friend of both of ours. He's sort of a staple in the
Oh, yeah.
live music scene of Nashville. Ethan and I both know Grimey. Ethan
Yep.
a bit more than me, of course, as usual. And just to answer Rob's question, we are going to actually interview Grimey about that episode. So,
Yeah.
or about that live record. So we do have an episode planned for that.
Yes.
He says, have you guys done or thought of doing a ranking of Metallica's DVDs, Blu-rays? We have thought of doing that, and yes, we will. He says, I watched Some Kind of Monster on Netflix and absolutely loved it. I'm going to pick the Blu-ray up. It looks like it has a bunch of cool extras. Have you guys listened to the Metal Injection live cast? There's a dude that does a killer Mustaine. Better than mine? I doubt it. Hello, Metal Injection live cast. It's me, Metal Injection live cast. Anyway, tell it to Metal Injection Livecast. He says, take care, guys. Robert Jesus Delgado Bagaleos Jr. LOL, good luck with my name. I hope you nail it, though.
I think that's his full name.
Robert Jesus Delgado.
I would say it'd be Roberto Jesus Delgado Bagalayos
Jr. He literally has Jr. here.
Jr.
Junior. Isn't the J like a...
What, Junior? Well, normally
Jesus. Oh, it's an H.
Yeah, that's how in Spanish.
Junior.
Junior.
Herner. Thanks, Rob. Really appreciate it. Good God. Bear with us, guys. We have one more email.
I know. Sorry, last one. This is from Simon Masters. Hey, guys. I hope all is well. It dawned on me as I was cycling home the other night that I don't think I've ever heard either of you reference the short film Heavy Metal Parking Lot. He sent us a link. And I wonder if you've ever seen it.
I don't know what that is.
You've never seen Heavy Metal Parking Lot?
No.
Get on YouTube and you get it's so okay. You always talk about watching something every night, like a movie or whatever. I can't remember how long it is. I want to say maybe 45 minutes or something. It's just some director that went into the parking lot of a Judas Priest concert.
What year?
80. Gosh, he hasn't mentioned it. It's
like-
got to be
it's like 80s though?
early 80s, early to mid 80s. And I think it's Judas Priest and Dawkins, the opener.
Holy
they never
shit.
go in the arena. It's just them interviewing fans,
Like tailgaters?
tailgating, and it's
Unbelievable.
incredible.
Fuck
dude.
Tipper Gore.
It's that kind of stuff, dude.
Right.
It's awesome. You have to watch it. It says, on a different note, do you reckon Metallica Love Dolls would sell? If so, which band member?
Wow.
Love Dolls as in like sexual?
Well, they're called Real Dolls.
I don't know this.
You've never seen, there's a great documentary on
I mean,
YouTube.
I've seen like
They're,
what dolls are that like you can have sex with, I guess. I don't know.
These are like very, very well crafted. They're called Real Dolls.
Okay.
And they're like $6,000. And
Sign me
and
up.
you can have sex with them.
I'll take James.
I was about to say I would guess James would be the highest seller.
Probably. I don't know, man. South of the border, Robert's people in Latin America would like Roberto.
Robert's a formidable individual.
Yeah.
Don't ask me how I know that. I just suppose. That is a funny question. Honestly, being a heterosexual man, I find myself having difficulty answering the question.
Well, I already did.
You know what, though? Have you ever done this with Callie? I've asked my wife before. I'm like, hey, which one of these Metallica guys do you think is attractive?
I
Have
haven't
you ever done that?
I have with other people, or
But not Metallica?
I don't think I've actually done that with Metallica.
My wife's consensus, none of them.
James is a good looking dude.
That's exactly what I said, dude.
I've got a friend. She's my friend in California. She's a pinup model, a beautiful girl, travels all over the world doing classes and stuff. On Facebook, I guess is when they were promoting Hardwired. Remember I told you the story about how they went into that grocery store playing Enter
Yeah.
Sandman singing it? Mm-hmm. She posted a link to it on Facebook and said, when did James Hetfield become such a silver fox?
A silver fox.
You heard that when guys go gray? It's like,
Well, but he dyes his hair blonde, though.
Well, now he does.
Oh, okay.
Dude, there was a period, I mean, for a good year or two where he was going gray and it was just gray.
Was it kind of around the World Magnetic?
It was before it all started. It was, no. Oh, when he went gray? Or this video?
When he was letting it be gray.
Yeah, I mean, you can watch that stuff and you can start to see gray coming through. But at the very beginning of the Hardwired album cycle, I mean, he was...
Oh, you mean the World Wired? Okay.
Sorry,
I got you.
the Hardwired album cycle, World Wired.
Around
whatever.
the beginning of 2017.
It was during Grammy week when they did that thing where they went in and had a ghetto blaster playing Enter Sandman. And
Well,
yeah, she wrote that. So I would think most women would look at... if I could put myself in their shoes, I'd say James or Robert.
Yeah. I mean, well, here's what I did with my wife. And, not to be braggadocious here, but my wife's what I would consider to be a quote unquote hot chick. Got very lucky in that department, and so I value her opinion. But I had to show her different eras of the band because obviously 1986 James, kind of more redneck James, is different than what I if you would ask me, heterosexual dude, Clint Wells, where's James most attractive? I would have said the shorter hair, load reload S&M era. Because he was still super thin,
Yeah.
and he had more. He had been softened by the years, and in other ways hardened by the years, and he just had this confidence in the '90s that I think was attractive.
I would almost say even Saint Anger James, like the era where
when he was wearing like the glasses and shit.
yeah, he's like
and
a
the
little
overalls?
older, and but
He
like
would do like overalls and glasses.
But if you're like someone that's into like rockabilly and old country music and stuff, he was
Right.
kind of in that world of like hot rods and wearing overalls and stuff like that.
Right.
So that could be attractive to some women too. I was attracted to it.
Well, needless to say, that's a very interesting question. Thank you, Simon Masters. And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes finally the emails.
All right, so let's get into this party.
Yeah, it was super fun. We had originally planned to do it to actually make this our, as we mentioned in the emails, we were going to make this our episode with Grimy, and
Yeah.
we were going to do our party at the basement, which
Yep.
is where Metallica played.
It seemed ideal. It was like have Grimy as a guest on the show, do it on the stage at the basement, do
Right.
trivia, everything we did at this party. But what a cool thing to have Grimy on stage with us, and another guy, Dave, who was involved with Grimy's in the basement and stuff. Talked to all those guys about their experience in organizing this whole Metallica show at the basement, but that didn't work out just from scheduling and stuff like that. So we're still going to work with Grimy on other stuff, like we said. But yeah, Clint and I had this idea for maybe a month or two to do an anniversary party, and kept kind of racking our brains, like, after the Grimy thing kind of fell through, like where could we do it, blah blah blah, and I kept shooting out venues, and because we didn't want it to be something where people had to pay a cover, things like that. We just wanted to camp out somewhere for hours and hours.
We
and just
wanted,
hang.
not only did we want to keep it free for anyone who wanted to come, but we also wanted to be able to give out gifts too, give out prizes.
Right.
So
Yeah.
finding the right venue for that was tough because we wanted it to be comfortable to hang out in. We didn't want it to be like we're just blasting Metallica. I didn't want it to feel like a super exclusive thing.
Right, yeah.
And that's actually why we actually, the official bill of the night was Metallica Night, hosted by
Yes.
Clint and Ethan from LB Podcast,
Yeah.
celebrating their 1 year anniversary.
Right, exactly.
And what I thought was cool about it is I feel like the success of the night really could be parlayed into, we could do a Metallica night. Several listeners wrote and want us to do a Metallica night in other towns.
Oh,
and
wow.
someone even wrote that we need to do a Metallica night in fucking New Jersey.
Oh my God.
Like to take this party.
Could you imagine?
Because by the way, folks, you're going to hear it later, and maybe, I don't know if you can hear it actually in the audio we have, but a shitload of people came and it was a lot of fun.
It really was, yeah. I mean, the first segment you'll end up hearing, it seems a little quieter because it was earlier on in the night, but yeah, I'd say we started at 7 p.m. From about 8:30 to 10:30, it was pretty jam-packed.
Yeah.
It was tough to get to the bar to get a drink, which is great. The bar was busy. We were making them money. So the bar we did it at was a bar called the Cobra here in East Nashville. And
Cool little spot.
it's a great little spot. It's kind of a rock and roll bar. They've got a bar up front with a little stage, a room in the middle with a pool table and a bunch of arcade games, and there's a venue on the other side. I thought about the Cobra, and I was like, that could be a cool venue. Like, I know one of the owners, this guy Matt, and I was just coming home from Home Depot one day, and it's on the same road, and so I just pulled in. They just opened, and Matt was in there, and I walked in and just said, "Hey, man," he's like, "What?" First question, he's like, "What do you want to drink?" And I was like, "No, I'm not drinking yet." But I was like,
I'm
"Hey,
just
man,
coming from Home Depot.
I was coming from Home Depot. I was just getting a
I was just building a treehouse and
with a protractor." And so it was cool though. I walked in and just said, "Hey man, so I have this idea with my friend Clint, who I do a podcast with,and I explained to him."
he was like, Clint Wells?
Clint
Anything you want.
Wells,
you got it.
You got it. Drinks
Just
around the
kidding.
house.
Just kidding. He doesn't know me.
Yeah, I explained to him everything I wanted to do and what it all entail, and he was like, literally as I'm talking, pulls out the calendar and opens up to January, and was like, "All right, I got this date. If we do this date on a Thursday," he's like, "there's something tentatively happening, but I'm gonna go ahead and text that guy and tell him that he can't have the venue that night." So he pretty much wiped the calendar clear for us on that Thursday night.
Cool.
Which is very cool.
We
Matt
secured the venue.
secured the venue, and man, Matt has been more than accommodating throughout the whole process from the day I went in there until the night of the show. The night of the party. He was always texting me like, "Hey, anything else you guys need?" Blah blah blah, and I would keep giving him updates, and they were beyond amazing to us. Bartenders were great, and yeah. So first and foremost, we can't thank everyone at the Cobra for being such great hosts and
No, they were great.
allowing
'cause
us to come in.
They're great because when we rolled up in that bitch to load in and set up, because another thing we did was we invited our friend Chris Yergis, who's a friend and patron of the show. He has all this fucking awesome Metallica merch and memorabilia. So we set up a mini museum. So Chris got there early, kind of around the same time we did. Our friend Brad Blazik came and met me too and helped us set up. But we came in and we kind of were like, we were being cool, but we were like, "Hey, can we move these tables? Can we move these chairs? Can we put this here?"
Yeah, we kind of rearranged a little bit in there.
And everyone, the whole staff, Becca and Will,
yeah.
were super accommodating and cool. And
Yeah, pretty much anything we asked her, Becca especially behind the bar, every time I asked her a question about, "Hey, can I do this, can I do that?" She'd be like, "Yeah, of course," and "Wow, thanks for asking." It's like most people come in there and they're just like, "Fuck it, I'm going to put this here," and they don't,
you're probably going to hear me yell for Becca a lot in these next segments.
I think you might.
Needless to say, she was providing the drinks for Ethan and I. Let's get in this. You want to get in the first segment?
Let's get the first segment.
So what happened was we got set up, and then we had a little bit of chill time, and it was cool. It was Chris Yergis, Ethan and I, Ethan's wife Callie, and our friend Brad Blazik from Single Podcast Theory, and we were able to just sort of calm before the storm, have a cocktail. I had a double screwdriver.
How many?
I had a double screwdriver because I just watched Jackie Brown and Samuel L. Jackson only drinks screwdrivers in the movie, so
right.
I don't know why me watching that movie makes me do what he did. I'm not going to start selling guns to the black gun market either, but
Weird.
Which is what he also did in that movie.
I thought you were good. You texted me earlier if I want to buy a gun.
So we had the calm before the storm. Once 7:30 rolled around, we started our Metallica playlist, and then we got up on the deck and we started doing our intros, and we did our first trivia segment.
Yeah. So our first trivia segment, we had our friend Blake Talica, who is the head of the chapter of the Metallica fan club in Tennessee. Yep, Freight Ends of Tennessee.
And he also has 31 Metallica tattoos.
31.
I counted all of them one by one.
Yep.
And there's 31.
His newest one is on the side of his head. I'm not kidding. We're Facebook friends now, and the recent photo of him is like
since the party.
No, it was before the party.
Okay.
But it's a moth into flame tattoo
Holy
on the
shit.
side of his head. He's a little badass, man.
Damn.
So he was kind enough to bring up some of his friends. So we put him up against our friend Chris Yergis for the round one of trivia, and that's what you're about to hear.
All right, cool. Let's hear it.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, and thanks for coming to our 1-year anniversary party. If you don't know, we're an all Metallica podcast.
True, it's true.
It's true what I'm saying. We're called Metal Up Your Podcast. If you're here and you're a sad regular of the Cobra and you don't know what we're doing, I don't know what to say to you.
Well, I'm sorry. You have to listen to Metallica the rest of the night.
And for the rest of your life.
And the rest of your life. You've committed to it. And by the way, real quick, thank you to the Cobra for having us. Like Clint said, we are an all Metallica podcast, if you don't know who we are, and we're doing this anniversary party / Metallica night where we just listen to Metallica all night, have fun. Exactly. Thank you. And there's a metal show happening next door. You can check that out too.
That's actually my brother, James Hetfield, that just did that. So
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks, James.
So thanks everyone for coming out. People walking in are like, what's going on? What's happening?
Who are these two beautiful, sexy men?
Is this like a pole dancing contest? What's about to happen?
Yes, it is a pole dancing contest.
Yeah. We're going to do great. Yeah. So thanks everyone for coming out. We just want to do a quick little intro just to tell you guys who we are. We'll get back to listening to Metallica music, but before we do that, we have something very, very fun to do.
We're going to be doing some Metallica trivia. Is that you volunteering to be a part of it?
Well, we pre-selected the first round. I apologize.
We pre-selected the first round, but I do appreciate your enthusiasm. What's your name? Jesse. You're Jesse James. Married to Sandra Bullock, famously. Motorcycle rider, yes. Well, we're honored to have you here. Someone is shouting at us. I don't know what they're saying. So, for our first trivia, we're going to do these games periodically throughout the night. Don't worry, we're going to let you have a good time. It's not going to last long. We want to get Chris Yergis up here.
And speaking of Chris Yergis, if you guys, at some point after we do this, turn around if you haven't seen it yet, Chris is a big collector of all things Metallica, and he was gracious enough to drive here from North Carolina and bring a bunch of really cool shit that Metallica...
Let's put our hands together for Chris Yergis.
Yeah, Chris
Just do
Yergis,
it.
yeah.
Just do it.
Chris. So back there, he's got what we're calling the Mini Metallica Museum. It's all really bitchin' collectible stuff that Chris has acquired over the years. A few submissions by me and Clint, but it does no justice to what he has. So Chris Yergis is going to be one of our contestants for our first round of Metallica trivia.
And for our next contestant, we're going to have the head of the Frayed Ends of Tennessee, which is the Tennessee Metallica chapter. Chris is now scared. Blake Talica.
Blake.
Famous. He has no less than 31 Metallica tattoos. I didn't even know there was that much real estate on the body.
He's a fat guy, he says.
He just explained it. He just solved the mystery.
So you can, what you're saying is, and I can attest to it, you can add more space. Yeah, okay, cool. Eat more cheeseburgers, he says.
Well, he's
All right.
partnering with McDonald's, actually, currently, to up the ante on his Metallica real estate.
So what's kind of cool in the Metallica world is there are chapters of fan clubs all around the country. And old Blake here runs the Tennessee chapter called the Frayed Ends of Tennessee, based out of Chattanooga. So that's pretty cool. Give him a hand. You guys ready to battle? So here's how it works. 5 questions each. Whoever gets the most
Trivia 1.
trivia one, yes,
All
go
right.
on. Whoever gets the most right wins. And if you guys both get all 5 right, we got a sudden death. And sudden death means we ask one question. First person raise the horns gets to answer. Sound
Now,
good?
here's the deal. If some of you out there know the answers while they're struggling to find it, please refrain from shouting it
Yeah, shut your mouth.
or from shitting. Don't
shit.
shit or shout the answer.
Either. Please don't do that.
Actually, you know what? You can shit if you want to shit.
Do it in the
If you need
back
to shit, you can
patio.
shit.
That'd be much more respectful.
Now, we're going to start with Blake Talica. We got 5 questions.
Were you not listening? Don't shout anything. Play along in your brain.
All right, now here's the first question for Blake Talica. What is the name of the artist whose work has appeared on the most Metallica releases?
I'm gonna go with Pusshead.
Pusshead is correct.
Ding, 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 ding. Correct. You're supposed to clap when he gets it right. Hey, there we go.
You're supposed to clap and shit when they get one right. We'll be checking your pants later to make sure, to corroborate. All right, question number 2. During the extensive 91 to 93 tour for the Black Album, drummer Lars Ulrich injured what part of his body? A, foot, B, shoulder, C, knee, D, wrist. Penis is not an option.
Damn, that was what I was gonna go with. I'm gonna go with his knee.
That is incorrect. It was his shoulder. You
That's
lose.
all right, that's all right.
You have to eat everyone's
Call
diaper
yourself
after
the
this.
head of a chapter. All right, sorry.
His shoulder.
Sometimes I forget there's an audience here.
He hurt his shoulder. All right, number 3. True or false? The Cliff 'Em All home video features Cliff's audition for the band. Is Cliff's audition featured in Cliff 'Em All? True or false?
It's been a minute on that one. False?
You are correct. The answer is
Correct.
false.
Yes.
Oh. You guys are catching on slowly.
You're catching
You guys
on,
are catching
yeah.
on.
Drink more liquor.
So now you're what, 2 for 3?
2 for 3. 2 for
Okay,
3. Yeah.
thank God someone's doing that.
I'm tallying over
Okay,
here.
thank God. Question number 4. In 1981, Lars Ulrich placed an ad in a newspaper to try to find bandmates. What was the name of the newspaper?
I know.
I definitely know the fucking answer.
I'm from Southern California, and I know what it is.
Name of the newspaper where Lars Ulrich met James Hetfield.
It's not the Nashville scene. That's a hint.
I don't know it, but something sticks out as Chronicle?
As what?
The Chronicle?
That would be the local
Close,
paper
but not
in
close
Seattle.
enough. It's the goddamn recycler.
It's the Recycler.
All right.
Yes.
Boo hiss. Boo hiss.
I actually bought a 1983 Gibson Explorer in the Recycler years ago.
I think I found my dad in the San Francisco recycler.
It's not San Francisco.
Looking for son that I hate. Putting out an ad for looking for a dad who might love me,
but probably didn't.
but probably didn't. I called the number 555 dad. It was a sad
Dads,
story. It does
yeah.
not end well. It
Yeah.
does not end well. Question number 5 for Blake Talica, head of the Freight Ends of Tennessee. On the Metal Massacre compilation, James Hetfield played bass on the song Hit the Lights. Who was credited with the guitar solo? A. Lloyd Grant, B. Kirk Hammett, C. Dave Mustaine, D. James Hetfield.
I know it's not Kirk Hammett.
Definitely not Kirk.
Can't steal. You got 5 of your own questions.
Lloyd Grant, Dave Mustaine, or James Hetfield himself, lead guitar on Metal Massacre's Hit the Lights.
I don't know it.
Take a guess.
Dave.
Incorrect. It's a man named
Incorrect.
Lloyd Grant.
Lloyd Grant.
It's literally the only
2 out of
thing.
5.
It's
All
the
right.
only thing anyone knows Lloyd Grant for.
I would assume so. I mean, yeah. There you go. See, you were nervous to battle Blake.
Hey, I
over
wouldn't be
here.
so cocky. 2 out of 5. All right, 2 out of 5.
Well, no,
now
hang
we'll
on,
go to Chris
we got
Yurgis.
5 more to ask Chris over here. You ready, Chris?
Bring it.
All right.
I mean, totally.
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 What was the name of the club where James and Lars first saw Cliff Burton play in his old band? A, the Garden, B, the Rainbow, C, the Whiskey A Go-Go, D, the Stone. You need to shut your mouth, sir. A, the Garden, B, the Rainbow, C, the Whiskey A Go-Go, D, the Stone.
E, the Cobra.
F, my garage.
G, my dad's house. Got it.
Incorrect. It is not A, the garden. You said it. It was C, the Whiskey A Go-Go. All right. Flip pages here.
This shit is getting crazy.
It's getting wild in here. All right, next question. The Mechanics went on to be what Metallica song?
On the No Life to Leather demo, the Mechanics went on to become which Metallica song?
If he gets it wrong, can I answer it and get a point?
We have not built in stealing
Here's a hint.
into
It's
the
not
game.
Saint Anger. Really?
Should we
All
do
right,
a
hang
steal?
on. So you don't.
I don't know if we should do.
Whoa! Good guess. He guessed it right. 4 Horsemen.
All right.
He guessed it
All
right. Nice. Now, Blake, if he guessed it wrong, I was going to let Blake answer. You wouldn't get any extra points, but you knew it. All right. Next question. A French printing press mistakenly printed the colors of Ride the Lightning in what color? Original one is blue, basically. Correct. Green.
He got it right, folks. It's green. Oh my God. When has the answer green ever felt so
All
good?
right. Right now we're at 2-2.
2-2.
So
Wait, did he get credit for stealing the other one?
no, he got it right. He guessed it last second.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Where was I for that?
Thinking about your dad.
Dad?
Dad?
If any of you are my dad, see me after the segment.
Yeah.
We have a
Also,
lot
I'll
of-
give
we
you a
have a lot
raffle
of
ticket so you
catching
can
up
win
to
some
do.
shit. All right, so it's 2-2. If you get this next one right, you have 2 more chances. 2 questions left. Here we go. Only 2 songs on Master of Puppets had writing credits for all 4 members of the band. One was Master of Puppets. What was the other? It's a multiple choice. A, Battery. B, the thing that should not be. C, Orion. D, Damage Inc. Correct. Chris, you're just the
And we
winner,
have a winner
everybody.
of our first trivia.
He is the winner.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Can I get the last
All right, okay, let's do a fun little bonus round. No points. You don't get shit for this. But
Oh, they're loving
let's
this,
see,
by the way.
I'm sure they are. Just play more Metallica music. Fucking hurry up. All right, just for fun. What is the name of James's guitar tech who played for James when he broke his wrist skateboarding on the Ozzy tour? Who knows this? Raise your hand. Raise the horns.
John Marshall. John Marshall.
John Marshall is correct. Jim Marshall. No,
Jim
that's the guy
Marshall.
that invented some small amplifier company.
Jim
you've
Marshall
never
is
heard of.
actually my urologist, so that would have been incorrect. I am 34.
All right, congratulations
I do
to
have a
Chris.
urologist.
If you would have listened to your last show, he should have known that because that came up in your last show.
Ooh, face. Face, Blake.
Fucking burn, Ethan.
All right. Chris wins the
Motherfucker
first
got
round. He wins the
burned.
T-shirt of his choice, either a Met Club T-shirt or one of our T-shirts, which you have,
Thanks,
obviously.
guys. Put
All right,
your
we're
hands
gonna get back to some
together for our
Metallica
first
music.
contest
We'll
winner.
see you
All
like
right,
in an
we did
hour.
it.
One more hour. We'll do this again. Have fun. If you also, I have raffle tickets. This is a free raffle. Come see me. I'll give you a raffle ticket. We're raffling off 2 different Metallica vinyl throughout the night. So come see me if you don't have a raffle ticket yet. 1 per person, free. And thanks again for coming. And we'll see you guys in about an hour. And I'm trying to do this until I can get to the next song. Come on, hurry up.
Well, congratulations to our friend Chris Yurgis on winning the first round of trivia.
Yeah. Congrats.
You agree?
Yeah, and another special thanks to him for bringing all that Metallica stuff all the way. He drove from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it was very very committed of him to do.
We're going to be posting pictures of his little mini museum too. I mean, he brought an S&M poster that's bigger than me.
Oh yeah, it's gigantic.
Now, if you're wondering what we were giving away, everyone who did one of our contests won. So I think a listener named Tiffany sent us a bunch of T-shirts. Is it Tiffany?
It's Tiffany, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
thank goodness.
Yeah.
She sent us a bunch of cool Met Club exclusive T-shirts.
Yeah.
And so in the segment portions, if you won trivia or name that riff, you got to get a T-shirt of your choosing, and we had them all laid out on this cool
Yeah.
table. We also had our own Metal Up Your Podcast shirt, so that's what you were able to win.
Mm-hmm.
The next segment is another round of trivia.
It's another round of trivia, and we also give away the first vinyl.
So Ethan and I, which by the way, thanks to the donations of our patrons, were able to purchase the Hardwired to Self-Destruct Pink vinyl,
Yep.
the deluxe, the Gilda Radner Cancer Awareness
Yeah,
Pink
it was
vinyl.
a part of the 10 Bands, One Cause.
10 Bands, One
Yeah.
Cause. and we got the Master of Puppets remaster.
Yep. And I went and bought them from
Grammys.
you said, from Grammys, yeah.
Circle of life, it fucking moves us all. So I thought that was pretty cool because all you had to do was just come. And it was a raffle. You got a ticket, and you didn't even have to do a contest or anything. We were going to give away these 2 vinyl, no matter what.
I think at this point in the night, you had a bunch of friends that play in Rodney Atkins' band that you tour with all the time.
A bunch of my friends came.
That girl, what's the girl's name that you write
Elise
with?
Davis.
Elise, yeah.
She's my main writing partner in town. Yeah.
But at one point, you were like in full catch-up mode with them, like talking, telling them about everything that's going on, and I was like fucking Mr. PR around the room. I had a roll of raffle tickets in one hand and like patches or koozies in the other, and I was just like being Mr. Social. Like, so it was cool. Like, you didn't have to pay for a raffle ticket, none of that shit. I would walk up to everybody and ask them like, "Are you here for the Metallica party?" Like, yeah. I'm like, "Here's a raffle ticket." So people were stoked. They're like, "Oh, I don't need to do anything for this." I'm like, "No, I'm just going to give it to you. We're going to give this away for free."
And it was really interesting all night before I sort of took off to La La Land.
To Neverland.
What was really interesting was as especially towards the beginning of the party, where maybe a lot of just normal regulars or locals of the Cobra were there, and we'd go up and say, "Hey," and I remember I was giving out koozies,
right,
and they were like, "Oh, I've never heard of the show, but I'm a huge Metallica fan. This
And
looks
one
really
girl
fun."
was stoked about the podcast, yeah.
But that really quickly transitioned into. You were definitely more the social butterfly because so many of my personal friends came and I was
Sure.
hanging, but
So did mine, but I was working.
but you had it more together than me. But when I did run across the stranger to me and I would say, "Oh, hey, you're a Metallica fan, we're doing this cool thing," it very quickly transitioned to almost everyone I talked to knew of the show and was really excited to be there. And a lot of people even traveled. Of course, Chris traveled from North Carolina, but there was a lot of Mellow Up Your Podcast love in that room.
There really was. And I mean, it was really cool to meet people that we've only seen their name in emails.
Right.
Just some. I mean, it was. Just
We met Kevin Van Dam.
Kevin Van Dam
we
was
met
there.
Cole Roberts.
Yep, totally. And man, it was just a fun night of just meeting these people and finally putting a face to an email address and just kind of broing down with everybody and just getting to know them a little bit. And
I'm telling you, dude, I think the idea of maybe doing 1 or 2 of these remotely.
A week? Oh.
No, like maybe traveling to New Jersey and doing one, maybe traveling to Chicago and doing one or something.
I think New Jersey might have to be stop number 2.
Really?
Yeah, after Nashville.
After Nashville, New Jersey?
Yeah, or we can start in like Louisville, New Jersey. Yeah, I can't talk right now. Louisville, New Jersey.
Here's the deal. Here's what you're going to hear in the next segment. So we did another trivia, and the 2 contestants were, one of them was your friend, right?
Yeah, Josh Portman. He used to. He was in a band called Yellow Card. He's a bass player.
Oh, yeah, Yellow Card.
Yeah.
I know them.
So the
I
funny
don't think
thing,
I ever knew that night.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So Josh, after we'd finished the first round of trivia, like we walked off stage and went and grabbed another drink. My wife comes up to me and she's like, so she was hanging out with Josh and my friend Chad Gilbert, who's in that band Newfound Glory. They were kind of in the back in the dart room.
We had a lot of members of bands at our show.
Yeah.
Newfound Glory, Yellow Card, Demon Hunter, Living Sacrifice.
Yep.
What other bands were represented?
Anthrax, Metallica, Megadeth. The big 4 was there.
Hello. Hello, party.
Dave's like, I know this question. So my wife came up to me right after we finished the first segment and she was just like, you should get Josh on stage. I was like, why? She's like, he was standing there when you guys were asking the first 10 questions and just wrapping them off before the guys on stage could even throw out the answer. And I was like, rad, okay, I'll get him on stage. Well, as you're about to hear, we'll see how he fared.
Well, you won't actually hear that because what I noticed.
Oh, what happened?
And probably my last lucid moment of the night. Josh got. So here's how we structured the trivia. If you couldn't tell from the first segment, each participant got 5 questions, or was it 10?
5 each.
5 each, and then the idea was one of them would have had the better of the 5.
Yeah.
Would have answered more out of the 5. If
And
there was a tiebreaker, it would have been a sudden death. Throw up the horns. Whoever gets the next answer wins.
Exactly.
Josh was unable to get any of them correct.
Yeah, which is what you're not going to hear. Because why?
Because Ethan was so preoccupied with spreading the love about the show.
I was.
While I'm talking to all my friends that I talk to anyway, that he neglected to record the first half of the segment.
We did a thing where like we'd be hanging out with people and whatever.
But it's okay, dude.
And I watched the time and I go over to Clint. I was kind of TMing a little bit.
You were TMing.
I walked over
Explain what that is.
That's a tour manager.
TMing is now a verb. If you're the tour manager, you're basally the Papa Bear keeping shit together.
Yeah, you got to get the people to where they need to be
You
on
were
time.
kind of having to Papa Bear me a little bit.
A little bit.
Because I was a little bit out of my mind.
Well, you were letting loose. Listen, full disclosure, I wanted to let loose as much as Clint did, but at one point I was like, okay, like we got to kind of keep a schedule a bit here.
And Clint can't do
And
it.
I knew that Clint was already off to Never Neverland, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and back off a little bit.
I blame the diet.
So it's the diet.
Of course, it's not me. It's the diet.
It's the lack of calories. So at any rate,
So,
yeah.
so here's who he went up against. This is cool. So he went up against our friend Brad Blazek. Now, if you guys have been listening to our show, we've talked about Brad a million times. He's the dude who was a fan of Metal Up Your Podcast. He still is, but was, and he gave us Snake Pit passes. I was able to go with him to St. Louis to see Metallica.
Right, yeah.
Fucking front rail of the Snake Pit. I had never met him before. We met that day.
Yeah.
Tour bus dropped me off in St. Louis. He picked me up, and we went. We've since become friends, and then he has since started an All Pearl Jam podcast with my literal best friend from like real life,
Ethan Luck. Oh no,
Eason Luck,
Ethan Luck.
Brad Lyons. They have a podcast called Single Pockets Theory. Brad Lyons drove up from Birmingham. Brad drove in from Paris, Tennessee, and Brad actually crashed with me that night at my house. But anyway, so Brad, although he does co-host a All Pearl Jam podcast, the motherfucker knows his Metallica.
He definitely does.
So we bring old Brad up, and the motherfucker had a flawless victory.
Yeah, so what you're about to hear, where it cuts in, is shortly after Clint reminded me that I wasn't recording.
Did I do? I can't remember. Was I kind about it or was I snarky?
I mean,
cool?
you slapped me with the back of your hand, but it's.
Did I challenge you to a duel?
You actually took your leather glove. You took your leather glove.
I challenge you, Sire, to a
and
duel.
you slapped me. How dare you do that to me, D'Artagnan? So how this starts is post me forgetting to record, and so to set this up, basically Josh missed everything. He missed all 5 questions, so Brad Blazek only had to get one answer right.
He only had to get one right technically, and he could have won the T-shirt.
Yeah, so the rest we just did as bonus questions for fun.
And he nailed him though.
Oh yeah, check it out.
Oh, Christ.
Should we do the questions again?
Oh, it's all been
All right,
for
well,
naught.
we can go ahead and tell our. By the way, I'm recording over here for our podcast for a follow-up episode to this night.
Hypothetically, we're recording for the show.
Listen, sometimes people make mistakes.
Sometimes
all right?
Ethan makes mistakes. Now,
Sometimes.
Brad, here's your first question. Which song from the record and Justice for All, you're wearing the goddamn T-shirt, all right? Which song from the T-shirt you're wearing begins with a segment from the classic Quentin Tarantino film, The Wizard of Oz?
The Frayed Ends of Sand.
That is the correct answer. He did it correctly.
Brad Blazek is the winner.
Now, he's already the winner, but fuck that. Let's see if
Josh,
he gets
I'm
the
sorry.
other questions. Josh, thank you. Give me a hug. Typo negative. Josh, give me a hug. All right, just for fun, let's just see what you can do, Brad. Let's see what you're fucking made of,
Yeah.
motherfucker. What is the nickname given to Lady Justice again
On your
emblazoned
t-shirt.
on your goddamn T-shirt? Who said it's easy? Chris,
Well, of course, Chris would.
keep it
You
down,
won round
Chris.
1. You have a museum back there.
What is the nickname to Lady Justice?
Doris.
Correct.
Yes. You're not winning extra shit, by the way. You still get one thing.
He wins a life-size piece of Doris that I fashioned in my garage earlier today.
With your
All right,
dad.
Another fun question. Former bassist of Metallica, our beloved Jason Newsted, my favorite bass player of Metallica. He quit the band in what year? He quit the fucking band! What year?
86.
It's not 1986.
86.
I'll whittle it down for that for you.
It's 2001.
Correct!
Correct. Wow.
I'm extremely impressed. I might even have sex with you later. All right, our next question.
Whoa.
Just kidding about the later part. I've had a lot to drink tonight. I've not been eating a lot.
Have you?
In what Barry joke band did James Hetfield, our own Jimmy James Hetfield,
Jimmy
Esquire,
Jam
Senior,
Hetfield.
Junior? In
Oh,
what
JJ.
band did he play drums in?
Spastic Children.
This motherfucker knows it all. He knows it
He
all.
knows it all.
That is the correct
Give
answer.
Brad Blazek a hand. He knows it all.
Amazingly.
Wow.
How many of you knew that, by the way? Oh, Kevin
Well,
knew
Kevin
it.
Van Damme
Chris
for
knew it.
sure.
All right.
Okay. 2 of you.
We have 2 more questions, just for fun.
Just for fun.
Which song from my favorite Metallica record, Ride the Lightning?
Saint Anger. Oh, sorry.
Saint Anger is my favorite record when I've been doing a lot of drugs. Which is every Monday, by the way, for those of you keeping score.
3 p.m.
Which song from my favorite Metallica record, Ride the Lightning, did the band consider too commercial? Too commercial for Metallica.
Escape.
Escape is correct.
Correct. Escape.
By the way, let me tell you all, when I told him he was going to do trivia, he said, "No, I don't know enough. I won't do
I'll
it."
fail.
This
I'm
motherfucker's-
terrible. I host a Pearl Jam podcast. The answer is Eddie Vedder.
He gleaned all this knowledge, by the way, from listening to Pearl Jam records.
Yeah.
Pearl Jam, obviously coming after Metallica, put all of these clues in all of their... In fact, No Code is all about how Escape was too commercial. Our last question
Yep.
for Mr. Brad Blazek. What was originally going to be the title of Metallica's debut record, Kill 'Em All, but was kiboshed by management for being too extreme?
What are you pointing at?
Metal up your ass.
Correct.
Metal up your ass. All right, Brad Blazek.
Yeah, there you go. Brad, give him a hand,
Flawless
everybody.
victory.
All right, everybody. Before...
Congratulations.
Congrats to Brad. What's that?
His total score was 9,000.
9,000.
He won on the... He actually
Unfortunately,
got a
Josh
million
Portman
points on
didn't
the
get anything
9,000
right,
meter.
so his first question right made him the winner, but those are all bonus questions. All right. Brad Blazek is the winner. Before we get back to listening to some Metallica and buying drinks from the Cobra, because they've been
Now,
so...
who all here has a raffle ticket? Everyone here should have a raffle ticket.
If you don't have a raffle ticket, come up here in the next 5 seconds, because...
No, if you don't have a raffle ticket, you fucked up. You blew it. You're out.
That's true. You did blow it, yeah. All right, so... What's that, Blake? Who are we blowing?
You blew my dad.
Oh, man. Clint's dad. All right, so what we're going to do here is, now that Brad has won, we have our first drawing, and what we're going to draw for is the Hardwired to Self-Destruct vinyl. Not only is it the vinyl, limited edition pink vinyl. Cody has his raffle ticket out. No, it's just pink vinyl. It's not clear.
I can't speak to the exact color platform of the vinyl. All I know is that it's a pink to celebrate cancer awareness.
Don't boo that. That's good shit. Come on. All right. You're not winning, by the way.
No, we need to draw a clear line between fuck cancer and fuck cancer awareness. I'm sure we all understand the difference.
All right. So get your tickets out. Get your raffle tickets out. We're going to call a number. I would like to call it. This is unplanned, by the way.
There's no nepotism, by the way. No nepotism involved.
I would like somebody to draw this that isn't you and I. I'm going to call up my friend Jeremiah, who actually has a ticket, but I want him to draw. This is Jeremiah, an old friend of mine, plays in a kick-ass band called Demon Hunter. He took my job, no big deal. Actually, Patrick did, but I gave it to him. It's fine.
NBD, he took Ethan's job.
This is
That's pretty
Jeremiah.
cool.
You got one? Yes. All right. Read the number.
3 4 1 9 4 6 0. 3 4 1 9 4 6 0.
Anybody?
Any winners?
Anybody?
Any
Is that
winners?
yours? No. Oh.
All right, hey, if no
Who is
one
it?
claims the prize in the next 5 seconds,
We're going to draw another one.
we're
Who
going to
is
draw
it?
fucking another one.
Anybody?
Can we get Barack Obama to please confirm this number? Oh, he's busy. Sorry,
Nobody?
he lives in Chicago.
Okay. 5, 4, 3,
2.
dos,
Happy
uno.
New Year!
Happy New
Sorry.
Year.
All right.
All right, Jeremiah, next one.
I dug deep. 3 4 1 9 4 B. No, it's B, but that's an 8
Niner,
0.
sixer.
9480 9480.
God damn it. Where did we go wrong on this raffle? Oh,
Alyssa,
No way!
you won? Oh my gosh, do we cherish this? Hang on, you also get a koozie. Grab a sticker.
You also win a night of ballroom dancing with none other than me, Clint Wells from Metal Beer Podcast.
In about 45 minutes to an hour, we're going to do another raffle and also a Name That Riff contest.
And we're going to be giving away more shit, so stick around, get some more drinks from our friend Becca at the bar, tip her well.
Tip everyone well back there.
Is everyone having a good time?
All right.
Well,
I'm cool with that. That's
we'll
convincing.
see you on the flip-flop.
Those ballroom dance lessons are still available, by the way.
Really, are they?
Yeah. Strangely, they didn't take me up on those.
That's going to be a new option on Patreon.
Yeah.
If you pledge $500 or more, you get ballroom dancing lessons with Clint.
Yeah. I don't know how to ballroom dance, and there won't be an official expert available. It'll just be me approximating it.
That's what YouTube is for.
Well, but maybe we won't even have access to the internet. It's going to be in a remote cabin.
Well, due to the new net neutrality regulations, I think YouTube might be gone. So,
I love how you just make it topical.
well, I mean, Trump was just here in Nashville. We can talk about that.
He
No,
was
let's
just
not-
here.
Let's not go into that. So this last segment was our Name That Riff contest.
Right. And we got Blake Talica back up.
Got Blake Talica back up on stage, and then we also, excuse me, pardon me.
Pretty great Poupon.
We also had a new friend named Dan Connors, who is a mutual friend of my friend Chris Beatty, and they toured together with Little Big Town, a country band.
Oh, cool.
And he hit me up and was like, he kept telling me, like, you got to meet this dude, you got to meet this dude. He's like a metalhead and blah, blah, blah. And so he texted me that day. He's like, hey, I can't make it to the party, but Dan's going to be like, here's what he looks like. You got to find him. We ended up talking for a while, and at one point, I could tell what a big Metallica fan he was. And I was like, hey, man, hey, you want to do the riff contest?
Hey, man.
Hey,
You want to go out sometime?
hey, man. And he was down. He was like, I'm in. Count me in.
I will confess to you, Ethan, my friend and co-host,
Okay.
and also all of our listeners, I don't remember how this turns out.
At this point, Clint is feeling so good. So even before
Good God.
we recorded this, there's many things that I kind of skimmed through and I played for Clint, and he goes, I don't remember that.
Well, at one point, this might have already happened on a segment. I offered to like hug somebody. I'm like, just give me a hug,
I
dude.
think you gave out a few hugs.
I'm like, why? Like, I'm not averse to hugs. I'm actually a big hugger, but I typically only hug people I really love a lot. And,
Sure.
The fact that I'm hearing myself say, "Give me a hug, man," I'm like, good God, who is that guy? And is he okay?
Yeah, maybe it was Becca. I don't know.
Well, at one point, I remember having me and Kevin Van Dam, which is the dude who brought us the box sets. You heard our last episode on the Kill 'Em All Deluxe box set. He's a super smart cat, and we got into this sort of heavy convo.
Oh, really?
About this is gonna sound so stupid.
Meanwhile, I'm handing out raffle tickets.
No, this is serious though.
Oh, okay.
A super serious convo about like Nietzsche and shit.
Oh, wow.
Like big
not
concepts.
like serious. Like, what's the best Metallica instrumental?
Dude. And here's what I know about myself. You and I talked about
Kierkegaard said this.
exactly. I know I may not be able to remember it, but I do know because I'm old enough to know.
Okay.
I've done this enough to where I know that I was present for the convo, and I know that I offered something good in it.
I can
just can't
vouch you
remember
were
it.
there. Yes.
I was there.
Yes.
I just don't remember.
Okay.
And I think you're going to hear that a little bit in this.
A little bit.
But it's also similar to what we were saying about like the contestants who maybe didn't do the first round of trivia and knew every answer, and then they get on the deck and shit changes.
Oh, yeah.
When you're on a stage, everything changes. You're responsible. When you're talking into a microphone that's blasting through a PA to 200 people,
And you're hosting the night?
you know, you got to be broad. You got to take charge. You
Oh,
got to
yeah.
try to make it funny. That's all I try to do.
Yeah.
So
One thing that I thought was really, really fun in the last segment, by the way, my friend Jeremiah Scott, who plays guitar in Demon Hunter, my old band, he was the one that drew the raffle tickets for that round. And our friends Hannah and Alyssa were the ones that won the Hardwired vinyl, and they play in a really cool kind of acoustic duo called the Daily Fair. So check them out.
they're very smart, and I've checked their music out and
Yeah.
like it a lot. It's a very smart, intense duo, beautiful lyrics.
Yeah,
Daily
and
Fair.
beautiful voices. They're.
What do we hear you say? Because we know they're not big metal fans, but yet they won, which goes to show that fucking shit was not rigged.
Oh, yeah,
and
it's
you
not
said
rigged.
you
No,
said
I
cherish
I
this.
said, will you please cherish this? I walked up to Alyssa and Hannah and I was like, because they're not into metal at all,
Right.
But they know how much I love Metallica. So when they won that, they were just as excited as we were. Like even the next day, I texted Hannah and I was like, will you please give that a fair chance? Like If not, give it back to me, and
Because
we'll.
they're music lovers. I mean, they're capable of giving it a fair shot.
Of course, they love music. In general, all music.
What's the other girl's name in the Daily Fair?
Alyssa and Hannah.
So I met Alyssa and Hannah hanging out with Ethan and his wife Callie at their favorite local bar called Red Door East.
Yeah.
And I'm not a very social person. That might surprise some people, but they'd invited me out, and Jack O'Shea, our friend, was there.
Yeah.
And I was feeling kind of insecure about being with a bunch of people I didn't know, having a drink. And Hannah was the first person I talked to. And it was one of those conversations where 10 minutes in, you feel like you've known this person forever.
Yeah, exactly. That's how they are.
And Alyssa came in a little later, and like I think me and the two of them kind of like paired off and just had this big convo about like microwaves and food and philosophy and music, because they're big anti-microwave people like you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they're great. They're some me and my wife's closest friends, and they make great music. So if you like very chill, acoustic-driven female voices, they're great. Check them out. They're called the Daily Fair.
So what's going on with this wrestler that I unknowingly paid homage to?
I'm not going to give it away. We'll let the listeners decide, and I'll go ahead and insert a clip after your unknowing imitation.
And it wasn't the Hulkster, by the way.
It wasn't the Hulkster. This is another wrestler. This might become a character. Who knows? I actually texted Clint today as I was trimming up all these clips. I was like, "Oh, you did a great blah 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 impression." He was like, "I don't know who that is." So I sent him a YouTube clip of this person, and you'll hear this. It's a ways into it, but you're going to hear it. Yeah, I think this might be the new Hulkster. Who knows?
And we have a guest appearance from our beloved Metal Up podcast guest co-host, Mr. Paul Moak.
Yeah, Paul Moak helps us out in this next round. I don't even want to say this quote that you say at one point because everyone's going to hear it, so I'm not even going to say it. But at a certain point, all I'll say is that I ask Clint to keep score, and he can't do it. That's all I'm going to say to set that up. So enjoy this next segment. This is the longest one, and play along at home. Listen, it might be tough to hear on the audio, but you can hear when the clips come in, and see if you can guess before our contestants. And again, our contestants on this last one are Blake Talica and Dan Connors.
And maybe keep score to yourself in your car, or at work, or wherever you are, and test your own Metallica knowledge.
Your Metallica knowledge.
Met knowledge.
Knowledgeica.
Knowledge.
All right, enjoy this last one.
Check it out.
Name that riff contest. You're gonna try it? Are you Ethan's contestant? Oh, you're just a guy. You're just a nice looking guy in a nice looking suit. You're welcome.
So we're doing a Name That Riff contest next. We still have trivia coming up and another raffle contest to give away, another Metallica vinyl, but Name That Riff is happening. We have two contestants.
Now here's the deal with Name That Riff. If neither of the contestants get the name of the riff, you guys get to shout out and see if you can fucking figure it out. I know you all, everyone who's not on the panel believes they're an expert, myself included. I understand that problem. First of all, head of the Frayed Into Tennessee chapter, Blake Talica is going to come back up here. Come on up here, Blake. Blake's part of the Name
Blake
That Riff.
Talica is gonna try again.
This is no easy shit. We made it really hard.
We also need up here to the stage Mr. Dan Connors. You got some competition, Blake. Blake meet Dan, Dan meet Blake.
Is Becca at the bar? Is Becca here? Hey, Becca, can I have a screwdriver, please? Samuel L. Jackson special. All right. Who's going first?
Dan's going first?
Dan? Your name is Dan. Hello, Dan. Where are you from?
Originally Philadelphia, but live right here in Nashville, Tennessee.
Everyone give it up for Dan from Nashville, Tennessee, where we all live.
All right.
Oh, I just asked Ethan if there was house music, and he informed me there's a metal band playing next door. Well, we can't quite turn that down,
That's
can
true.
we? Excuse me, guys. Would you mind
Can you please
lowering the
stop
volume of your
volume?
amplifiers?
That's too loud.
Tell it to the Reader's Digest.
Hello, Clint.
Hello, Torben.
I was thinking it's time to do Names That Riff. All right, so I will start to play stuff.
Thank you,
First
Becca.
person raise the horns. If they raise them, too close to each other, it's up to the audience here to decide who gets to answer.
It's when you're out there, it's really easy. You're like, oh fuck, this is easy as shit. Like I just went 10 for 10 on the trivia, but now that I'm up here, I'll probably go 0 for 10.
Dan is 100% right. Every single round of trivia we've done, someone's going, I could have done it. I knew it. I could have done it.
All right.
First one to raise the horns who knows the riff gets it. Now, do we have it cranked through the PA? Because
Oh yeah, we're ready to go.
Sepultura over there might override
Don't
what we're
worry.
hearing.
Sepultura
Okay.
is gonna chill out after this.
Good luck, gentlemen.
Okay, good sportsmanship up here. We're good to go. All right. Are you guys? We are. Are you guys ready? Okay. Now, Clint, keep an eye on them for the horns going up because I'm watching this.
I've been drinking since 5. I cannot see anything.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Becca.
All right, are you ready? Here we go.
Master of Puppets.
He said Master of Puppets.
Correct.
Correct. Dan wins Master of Puppets.
Clint, we keep a tally on how many they get right.
Do I have to write things down?
All you have to do. No, hang on.
Thank God.
Paul,
By the way, our friend Paul Moak,
Paul
if
Moak
you've
is
heard the
here.
show. Paul!
Paul!
We got Dan and we got Blake.
Yeah, listen to your friends, Blake.
Out of the many accomplishments of Paul Moak in this town, who would have thought it would have all come down to him tallying our riff off? Everyone give it up for Paul Moak. Paul Moak.
Paul Moak.
All right, next.
All right, here we go.
And again, it's first horns up.
Yes, first. You're the judge of who puts it up first.
All right.
Who was it? Who was it, Blake?
Fade to black.
Fade to Black is correct.
That's
yes,
correct.
That's correct.
Way
yeah.
to go. So,
Nice, Blake. All right, next one. You guys ready?
Reload sucks. I'm gonna give that one to Dan. Oh,
It's Blake.
okay. Paul Moak defers to Blake. Here we go.
Through the Never.
Correct.
Correct.
He's sober. Listen to him.
All right, ready? Here we go.
Atlas Rise.
Correct.
Correct. Oh!
Whoa. Nice. All right, here we go.
Oh! Hey, folks, you know, I'd like to come out here and exchange pleasantries with y'all, but I can't because I'm sick and I'm tired of Dino Bravo whining and crying, saying Hacksaw Jim Duggan caused him a match. Oh!
Next one. You guys ready? Yeah. You say nope? I said yep. Oh.
Yep and nope sound very similar, by the way, when you're all drunk.
Jump in the fire.
Correct.
Blake Talica for the goddamn
Blake
motherfucking
Talica.
win.
All right. All right. Next one. Easy, bro.
But okay, we're gonna move on. But that was the end of the line, by the way.
End of the line.
It's so easy once you hear the tone of the guitar, you can lock in the album, but it's just getting the song.
Well, you didn't get it.
Who
so-
said Slither? Who said Slither? Drink on me. You get a drink on me. That's how committed to Reload I am.
All right, next one. Are you guys ready? Here we go.
Outlaw Torn.
Nope.
Incorrect. It's from the record after the record the Outlaw Torn was on.
Pass it back to me once it's again.
I think you already blew it, bro. Heavy rings on fingers wave.
The Memory Remains is correct.
I think you both blew it.
Hang on, Clint. Hang on. Did you sang it to him?
After they both bailed on it.
All right, we're moving on. Here we go. Ready? Next one.
Blackened.
Correct. It's Blackened off on Justice for All.
That's
All right, next one. You ready? This is the easy category, by the way.
It's Halo on Fire.
Correct. Halo on Fire.
What do you say? Yes, Halo on
correct,
Fire.
yeah.
That is the bridge to Halo on Fire. Nice, Blake Talica. All right. I think there's one left, maybe two on this round. Blake has a quote for you guys. Say that again.
Said, I am drunk. This is hard as fuck.
All right, here we go. Next one. Ready?
King Nothing.
Correct. King Nothing. That's your favorite album? Really? All right.
You're touching me. Don't.
Sorry, that is
Don't touch
Kill
me.
'Em All. Just kidding.
King Nothing.
King Nothing.
From the wonderful record Kill 'Em All. We all know it. We all know and love it.
All right, so here's the thing. I've got two other rounds. That was easy. I have a medium and hard.
You guys ready for the medium round? This shit's about to get fucking
Should
crazy.
we keep going here? I think we should. Okay. All right. You guys ready? Here comes medium.
Thank God Paul Mocha's keeping score.
Shortest straw.
Correct.
Dan coming up strong with the shortest motherfucking
Paul,
straw.
Paul, I would suggest covering all those answers in front of you, by the way. I can't read. Okay. Blake is too drunk to read. That's fine. All right. Here we go. You guys ready? Yeah. Shh.
Creeping death. Creeping death.
Correct. All right.
go.
Next one. Here we go.
Fuel.
Correct. Blake, you gotta sober up and step up your shit. Come on. All right, don't touch that beer. All right, next one. Correct.
Damage Incorporated is my favorite Sepultura song. Congratulations, Dan, for getting that correct.
Sepultura is playing next door, by the way, if you wanna go watch them. All right.
Incorporated.
You guys ready for the next one? Here we go.
That is 2x4.
Correct.
Correct.
2x4.
2x4. Yes.
Load another man after my own Metallica heart.
Another Kill 'Em All classic.
I'm a load reload cat, and thank God this guy appreciates that material as well.
Oh yeah. Here we go. Next one.
Correct. Holier
Blake
Than
got
Thou.
it.
Track three for the Black Album.
But let's go to fucking Hawaii.
Let's
do
go
it.
to fucking Hawaii.
Let's do it. All right. Next one. Here we go.
Hit the lights.
Incorrect.
Incorrect. Do you know it?
Metal Militia.
Incorrect.
Incorrect.
Whiplash.
Correct.
He gets it.
I don't know if those are the rules, but we just made them up as we went. All right.
Which was my favorite Duran Duran song, by the way. We all know this.
God, I love Savage Garden. So
Should
good.
I make some more Duran Duran jokes?
Yes.
I've got lots of Duran Duran jokes. Hungry like the wolf or man.
Ooh. Next one. Here we go.
Cthulhu Awakens.
That's not the name.
That's not the name of the song, my friend.
Dream No More.
Correct.
Blake Talica
Dream
steals
no
it.
more. Yes.
You did give it away. The new album.
Nice, Blake. All right. Got a couple more on this round. Clint is getting a hug right now from a real drunk dude in a Predators hat. Go Preds.
Go Preds. Oh, the Dave Matthews Band?
Dave Matthews Band.
Crushing.
Dave Matthews is here. All right, next one. Here we go.
Are we in the hard round yet?
Here we go. It's a tough one.
Oh, Jesus.
You play it again?
Christopher Jurgensen
Yeah, I'll play it
knows
again.
No.
Incorrect. If you guys don't know, that's fine. We can move on.
Magnetic.
It is on Death Magnetic.
It is.
Is it Judas?
I got it. All Nightmare Long.
Correct.
No.
That is. No. It was Judas Kiss.
Blake got it.
Holy shit.
The Judas Kiss.
The word posthumously.
That is now Clint's Outlaw Torn. Here we go.
Shit, I don't even know what that is. Is that a fucking Megadeth song?
No. You don't know that? Purple Rain is correct,
No,
Paul
Paul's
Moak,
correct.
yes.
That was Purple,
Purple
Rain
Rain.
by the late great artist, the Crash Test Dummies.
Yes?
Can I take a stab in the dark with Crash Course?
Nope.
No.
Very close, though. Very.
A Brett fan?
No,
not
not
Brett
Brett
Fan.
Fan, no. Paul?
Helpless.
Helpless. That is the bridge of Helpless off the Garage
Holy
Days.
shit, Paul gets a point.
Revisited. All right, so where do we stand right now in points, Paul?
Blake Talica, 11. Dan the Man, 7. It's anyone's game right now.
So, this is the hard shit here, guys. You ready? Here we go.
Disposable Heroes.
Incorrect.
Is it Damage?
See, damaged?
Damaging.
Incorrect. Nobody got it right. Let's move on. What was it, Paul?
No remorse.
All right, no one wins.
The Bridge to No Remorse. They're still
They're very-
riffs. All right. Moving on.
Cyanide. Cyanide?
The
Cyanide is
Death
correct.
Magnetic
Yes.
Hidden Gem Cyanide.
Nice,
Thank
Blake
God.
Talica. All right, next one. It's tough. Now, if you had headphones on, it'd be a little easier. One more time. Sorry.
I'll say Disposable Heroes.
No.
Incorrect.
Incorrect. Let me rewind it again. Rewind.
We're going to 7.
Alright, Master Puppets.
Nope. Paul?
Cyanide.
No, that was the last one. It's Blitzkrieg. It was Blitzkrieg, everybody. Paul Moak made a mistake. What a terrible producer.
I will say, I was criticizing this corner before, but they're all yelling out load and reload songs, and I'm like, these are my people.
Oh, don't worry. Don't
Some
worry.
motherfucker over
The
there
rest
just
are all
yelled out
load, reload, and
Ronnie.
St. Anger.
I fucking hope so.
They're not. There is something in that world in there. Don't worry. All right. The last one was Blitzkrieg. Yes. All right. You guys ready?
We're
It's My World. My World?
I don't think so.
What did you say? My World?
My World?
No. Very close.
Valiant guess, but no.
Valiant guess.
Fuck. Give him a chance.
Give a chance to steal.
Give him a chance.
Shoot Me Again.
Nope.
No, incorrect.
Blake?
It's Dirty Window.
Correct.
It is Dirty Window.
Yes.
Blake Talica.
Off of everyone's favorite record, Saint Anger. Yes, everyone loves that album, right?
You know what? Blake Talica actually really loves St. Anger.
So you guys can all kick his ass in the
He
parking
has a
lot
s-
after this event.
He has a St. Anger tattoo on his colon.
You have a Saint Anger tattoo? Everyone, Blake is about to show us his Saint Anger tattoo.
Oh, here we go. Take it off, Blake.
Please take your pants off.
Whoa, the fist.
Ooh. Looks like a boxing glove from the Rocky series, actually.
It's literally on his colon.
If you couldn't see, it's on his testicles.
We're going to need a proctologist to take an accurate
All right,
photo.
here we go. Next riff. We only got a couple left. Here we go. Ready, guys?
Shortest Straw.
Incorrect.
Eye of the Beholder.
Correct. Eye of the Beholder. Yes. Oh, he's got a cheering squad up here, everybody. We got a few left. Come on, Dan.
Creeping Death.
Incorrect, but close.
I got nothing.
Ooh.
Bell's Toll.
Nope. The answer is the Call of Cthulhu.
The Call
It is the outro.
of Cthulhu.
Those damn outros. Damn it. What is it? The Call of Cthulhu.
The Call of Cthulhu.
Here we go. Say one more? Four more, yes. Here we go.
Only 100,000 more. We can do it.
10 million more.
It's a short one. We'll play it again. It's one Metallica song.
Through the Never?
What do you say?
Through the Never.
Through the Never?
Incorrect.
Something Black album.
Okay.
Holier than that?
No, it is Black Album.
I don't know.
Struggle Within.
Struggle with it.
It's the Struggle Within. That bridge that sounds like it should have been on Master of Puppets.
We're
or
losing
something.
interest. Obviously,
Yeah.
we need to wrap this
I
shit
told
up.
you this one was hard. All right, we got 3 more left. Real quick, here we go.
Call of Cthulhu.
Do you know it back there? We have a friend over here that knows the answer. The thing that should not be. Correct. Good work, sir.
All right.
All right, there's 2 left. Here we go.
Hardwired to Self-Destruct.
Nope. What do you think? What's it going to be? This is real tough. The song is not called My Wife Brought Me a Beer. I'll tell you that. Nope. Ish. Hey, watch the tip bucket, bro. We got two bucks in there.
Hate Train?
Yes,
Hate
correct.
Train, holy
nice
shit.
work, Blake Talica. Nice
From the
work.
underappreciated Beyond Magnetic EP.
All right, here we go. Last one.
The last one, thank God.
Hey, this has been fun. Where have you been?
Elsewhere.
We're having a good time up here, Clint.
I'm having a good time.
Join us. What's up?
I'm having a scary good time.
What's hateful? Yeah. Here we go.
I'll guess. Stone Cold Crazy.
Incorrect.
Garage Days. Am I right?
not-
Technically, yes.
Well, it's not Garage Days or Garage Days
Not
Revisited.
originally, but yes, it was on Garage Inc.
Come up here.
All right.
Come here. Who was it?
When you guys...
That was The Prince.
The Prince is correct. That was The Prince.
All right,
nice
guys.
work. Give him a hand, everybody. Louder than that. Come on. Clap harder. Jesus.
It's a lot harder up
15.
The final score is Blake 15, Dan 7. Blake Talica is the winner.
I told you I'd do better.
You did a great job. We're not done for the evening, but we are going to do another raffle drawing right now before we get back and listen to Metallica music. We do have one more trivia scheduled before the end of the evening if you're still here. But right now, it's time for another raffle drawing, so pull your tickets out. We're going to draw one. We have a Master of Puppets vinyl remastered. Yeah, you like it. Oh, sure. Yeah, here it is right here.
Remastered by Mr. Paul Moak.
Paul Moak remastered this.
Smokestack Studios.
All right. Speaking of Paul Moak, let's have him draw the last
Paul
number.
Moak, our friend Paul Moak.
Paul Moak is.
Weird if I draw it and then I get it.
It's gonna be weird if you draw the same number you have.
The number is 34.
No, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. All right, Paul Moak is drawn for the Master of Puppets vinyl. Get your tickets out. Dig deep.
This is everything Nancy Kerrigan dreamed of
Here it is.
before it was too late.
Number is 3419504. I was off by one number.
Paul must be one number, but look who it is. What's your name? What's your name?
What up, Jake?
What'd you say? What up, Jake?
Yeah, my name is Jake. What's up?
All right, Jake wins the Master of Puppets vinyl.
Congratulations, Jake.
You also get your choice of a fan club shirt. Thank you,
Dude, in
Jake.
25 years, that's going to be worth 30,000 Bitcoins. Hang on
Yep.
to it.
Yeah,
Believe
look forward to that. All right, thank you guys. We're going to get back into some Metallica music. You guys hang out, buy some drinks, tip our bartenders. We're having a good time. Hope you are too.
Tip our friend Becca back there and all the bartenders.
At least all of them. At least.
At most all of them.
For those of you that don't know the wrestler Hacksaw Jim Duggan, ho! That was a pretty bad ho. Anyways, Clint unknowingly did an impression of Hacksaw Jim Duggan, as you heard in the clip that I inserted.
Yeah, Ethan texted me that today. Like, dude, you did a like classic Jim Dugan. What is he?
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan. And I laughed. I was in my bed recovering from this goddamn tooth extraction, and I was laughing so hard it was hurting my face.
I'm sorry.
And I wrote, I don't know who that guy is.
Yeah, he didn't. So yeah, I promptly sent him a clip of Hacksaw.
Is he the first guy ever to go, ah!
Maybe not ever, but that
mainstream.
was like his signature thing. It's the same.
Just to yell like a primitive.
He would say "ho," basically like "ho," and he always carried a 2x4
I think
over
Santa
his
Claus
shoulder.
did that. Oh, well, minus the 2x4.
Yeah, well, and minus 2 other hoes.
Ho ho ho!
Right.
Okay.
Hacksaw only
he did the one ho.
Yeah, just ho.
Okay.
It's like the equivalent of Hulk Hogan saying "brother."
Right.
That was his thing. Although most wrestlers say "brother." Anyways, that was a fun round. I mean, that thing
was fun.
It went on for a good while.
From what I can hear, it sounded very fun.
From what you can remember, Clint had a lot of things to say during that segment, which he doesn't remember, but that's okay because we had a good time. Clint had a good time. All the people that were there had a good time.
I will say this in defense of me.
Okay.
In defense of whoever that guy was.
Defend yourself.
That looked and sounded like me. I was one of the first people to call myself a cab and get out of there.
You were.
That's one of the reasons we actually, so we should address this. We had a whole third round of trivia that we decided not to do. Everyone was having such a good time and mingling and hanging. It was kind of wrapping up a little bit.
Yeah.
And we kind of wanted to go out, much like the police did, go out on a high note.
Yep.
So we decided not to do the third round.
Well, it was getting kind of late too. Like what you don't hear on those clips is between the second round of trivia and the Name That Riff thing, we were trying to aim for about
17 days had
17
transpired.
days had passed by. It actually hasn't happened yet. But we were trying to spread these out between 45 minutes to an hour, and then about an hour and 40 minutes went by before we started Name That Riff because everybody was having a great time. Like you said, we were mingling, talking to our friends.
You probably couldn't find me for some of it.
There was a point where I couldn't find you. I'll say this. We haven't talked about this yet. At one point before the Name That Riff contest, I was out on the back deck of the Cobra talking to some friends. I was talking to Blazek, actually.
Okay.
And I looked at my phone. I was like, oh, shit, we got to start the Name That Riff thing in 10 minutes. I'll go find Clint and give him a heads up. TMing, as we said earlier.
Yeah, right.
So 5 minutes later, I find you. And I was like, hey, Clint. I was like, 5 minutes, and we're going to Name That Riff. And you're like, all right, cool. Don't remember who you were talking to. You were in the room with the arcade games.
Okay.
Maybe 35 minutes went by, and I was hanging around the stage, and I still didn't know where you were.
Oh, wow. So I just never showed up.
Paul Moak went to go find you.
I remember this.
Yeah, I looked at him. I was like, "Hey, have you seen Clint?" He's like, "No." I was like, "We're supposed to start this last segment like 30 minutes ago," and he's like, "I'll go find him."
Because he knows exactly what we're talking about. I distinctly remember. I think I was here talking to my friend Hunter or Doug, and he butted in and said, "Hey, I got to TM this moment. You're wanted on the deck."
Amazing.
Yeah.
He said the deck.
Yeah.
Good.
He was being funny.
Yeah.
Shit.
One of the highlights for me in this last round, which you guys listening just heard, is at one point I asked Clint to keep score because I was holding my iPad playing the riffs for people to guess. And Clint looks at me and goes, "Do I have to write things down?"
Well, it's more than clear now to our listeners that I wasn't capable of that at that point.
And that's fine. We still love
thank
we still
goodness
love you, Clint.
Paul saved the day, man.
Oh, Paul, the go-getter producer that he is, came right up to the deck and was like, "I got this."
There were so many people there that were so excited to meet Paul.
I know, because he's like the third star of the show.
Well, I was just about to say, even just continuing on this joke, like, not maybe so much for all of his amazing accomplishments in music.
No, it's just us going, Paul. You're that guy, the Paul?
No, but I talked to several people that wanted to meet him who were also like really aware and in awe of the work he had done, but also kind of enjoyed his humor on the show and the sort of, Paul's kind of assumed a certain vibe on the show.
Right. He totally has.
That's irreplaceable.
I mean, not only has he been a guest on the show, but he road tripped with us to Detroit. I mean, he's if it were possible with scheduling and commitments and all that stuff, there's a good chance we would bring Paul in as a permanent third host.
For sure.
Yeah. You listening, Paul? You're probably walking your dog. Paul? You're probably walking.
What if he just like popped out of a cake right now? Like, I'm in, guys.
Just count me in. Set up a mic
That's exactly what he sounds like.
He sounds like this.
I'm in, dude.
I'm from Mississippi.
I'm a miniature Paul Moak. Honey, I Shrunk the Paul.
Paul Moak, as he's listening to this right now, is walking his dog in his neighborhood.
Definitely walking his dog.
Just
It's really
shaking
early.
his dreadlock head like, oh my God.
He loves it.
So this last round was super fun. Congrats, by the way, to what I'm now calling What Up Jake for winning the Master of Puppets remastered vinyl. He was our winner, and Paul Moak chose that one. Yeah, it was just a fun ending to the night.
It was a great night, man.
Yeah, and I'm proud of you for leaving a little early and getting that Uber home.
Well, we can wrap it up with that. It was a great party. Thank you to everyone who did come out. Thank you to everyone who sent nice messages who couldn't make it. I know Sarah and Pete wanted to come, and they had some shit going on. They couldn't make it. And it was kind of just a nice celebration, not only of the podcast, but also of the band.
Yeah.
And needless to say, Ethan and I have been talking privately off the mic. We've done a lot of off-mic talking tonight. Some really good shit that should have been caught, probably.
Honestly, I should have hit record at one point because there was a point where I looked at Clint and I was like, are we like starting another podcast right now?
Right.
We could have tonight, but...
We've been sort of talking, we don't want to give too much away, but we want to maybe try to do a party like this, maybe even a couple in some other cities around the country.
Yeah.
If it makes sense. So
if it makes sense. Now, don't get your hopes up. It's not going to happen next week. It might be a little
2 weeks from
while,
now, however, is
2
on the
weeks from
table.
now, we're going to be in fucking New Jersey. So.
Here's the deal. MetalUpYourPodcastShow@gmail.com. We're on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Come hang out with us. We interact all day, every day with that stuff.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
It's the funnest.
It's
a highlight of my day.
Other than getting a tooth yanked out of my face, it's the best thing I did today. You want to talk about the Patreon real quick at the end?
Yeah, real quick. We have a thing we're part of called Patreon, Patreon. It's a way for you guys to give back to the show in a financial way, but it's not like a sleazy scam thing. We have really cool stuff happening over there. The main thing you're going to get, if you pledge $5 or more, you're going to get access to our EP. I know we say this the last few episodes, but it's very close to being done.
Wait, so there's 6 songs total. Oh wait, there's 7 songs.
6 songs and like a bonus song.
And I think we have 5 of them done.
Yeah,
we're waiting on a couple of mixes.
I need one more mix from our good friend Nathan Thomas, who's mixing this whole thing for us, and you'll hear his work on this, and his mix sounds great.
He's great, yeah.
But yeah, we're going to be giving that to our patrons probably within the next few weeks, maybe.
Next few weeks, and we're gonna let them soak it up and enjoy it because they've earned it, they deserved it.
Yes.
And then we're gonna do an episode where we basically highlight the EP, play snippets of it.
Yep.
And good God, I mean, it's already 2018. We're gonna start working on Volume 2 here real soon.
Oh, I started working on it yesterday.
Oh my God, guys, can I say this?
Yes.
Can I say it?
Sure.
Ethan's a big reggae cat. He's also Grammy nominated this year for a reggae record he played on. He's real into reggae. That might surprise some of you, but it's dope shit.
Yes, Rasta.
And I've been trying to get him to do this reggae version of The Day That Never Comes, and he sent me he started working on it.
I sent Clint a little clip last night. Yeah.
Just imagine that beginning Kirk thing. It's fucking full on horn section.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome. The point is, it sounds really cool, and these EPs are really going to be special. We're going to do them every year. We're going to do these little volumes of them. So the only way to do that is through Patreon. There's other cool shit we're doing through that, and that shit's only going to evolve this year.
Yes.
We're going to do a Patreon-specific giveaway, which we haven't even talked about the giveaways yet.
We have giveaways. If you don't know by now, then where have you been? But if you go to iTunes and do the simplest thing and just leave us a positive review, you are entering yourself into a contest where you can win some cool prizes. We're giving 5 prizes away a month. There's 1 Big Daddy prize, 4 really awesome prizes, but every month we're doing that. We've given away 2 box sets so far.
We've given away 2 box sets we don't even have.
Yeah, well, we have them technically on loaner from Kevin Van Dam, but we don't own them personally. So get on board with that. Go to iTunes, leave us a positive review. It's pretty easy. And again, you're going to enter yourself into a drawing to win some cool shit.
Yeah. So here's the deal. Here's what you need to go do. Here's your homework.
This is your assignment for the week.
Go leave us a positive review on iTunes, because if you like the show, why not help us get more visible? That's what that does. Believe me, I don't care about all the nice things you say about me that much. I don't read a lot of them because I'm scared you're going to say bad things. But here's what it does. It helps us become more visible. It helps us get more ears. It spreads the word.
Spreads the love.
That's what
of
that
Metallica.
does.
Yeah, it'll allow us to go to different states and do Metallica nights.
Number 2, check out that Patreon because it really is pretty cool. And we're constantly, Ethan and I think about our patrons and our listeners all the time. We text almost every day about the show.
We do, yeah.
How to make the show better, what can be better, what can change, what can evolve. And 3, tell all of your Metallica friends about it.
Yeah. There's a huge pool of Metallica fans out there that not only don't know what a podcast is, but they don't listen to anything or are involved in anything like this to get more Metallica in their lives, you know? Like, that's the reason we've talked about this. This is the reason we started the podcast, because we're like, we want more Metallica. Oh, there's no other outlet out there that talks about this kind of stuff like we do with each other. Well, fuck it. We'll start our own thing.
Right.
So tell your friends about that.
And with that, let's say goodnight. It's been a good show.
It's been a great show. Thanks again to everyone at the Cobra for hosting us. Thanks to all of our friends that drove from long distances, Chris Urgis, Brad Lyons
and Brad Blazik from Single Podcast Theory.
Blake Talica and
Blake
the
Talica, the Friends of Tennessee.
Yes, thanks for coming from Chattanooga. Yeah, we can't thank everybody enough. Kevin Van Dam for hooking us up with the box sets that night. A lot of cool people were out there. People we met before, people we met that night.
John Dugan for giving us. John Dugan gave us a bunch of cool mixes, Metallica CDs.
Yeah, he gave us, I think, 5 CDs to check out. Cole Roberts was there.
Cole Roberts is there. I'm going to be. By the way, I'm going to be on Scary Movie Ice Cream Night really soon, talking about A Nightmare on Elm Street.
I'd like to end with this.
Yes.
You're going to go do this at his place or whatever.
Yeah.
So are you going to bring a pint of ice cream?
I was anticipating that he would provide the ice cream.
Really? See,
I got to buy ice cream just to be a guest on his show.
I mean,
is that how you saw it?
Yeah, that's how I saw it. I would say this: if he hit me up and said, "Hey, do you want to do Nightmare on Elm Street? We eat ice cream and watch the movie." Sounds great. I would immediately be like, "Okay, I'm going to go buy this and bring it with me."
But I'm not a big ice cream guy.
Well, the podcast it's like coming on our podcast and saying like, "I'm not a big Metallica guy." Ice cream is the focus of that podcast, isn't it?
It'd be like if we were like movies. It'd be like if we were like Metallica and bacon. I'm not a big bacon guy.
Veggie bacon. I guess the question would
The
be,
rhinoceroses were hung in the making of this pig bacon.
I guess a more important question would be, do you watch the movie on your own and eat ice cream and then report to Cole's house and do the podcast?
I think you do the film work on your own, which God knows. I mean, I've seen Nightmare on Elm Street. It's when I, to use my phrase, came online as a human being. My first memory is watching A Nightmare on Elm Street when I was 3 years old.
3.
So God knows I don't need to watch that movie anymore, although I will. I just read a great book called Never Sleep Again about the making of the movie.
Oh, nice.
Like, I'm ready to rock on the movie.
Oh, I think you might take over that podcast.
I'm not going to pre-eat the ice cream. If Cole needs me to like show up with Turtle Track ice cream.
Turtle Track.
That'd be that's the ice cream I would choose.
Is that your
Turtle
favorite
Track.
ice cream?
I don't like a lot of ice cream, but that would be what I choose. Or Moose
Awesome.
Tracks. What is
Awesome.
it? Is it Moose Tracks?
Moose Tracks, the Ben and Jerry's one.
What's Turtle Tracks? Is that even a
I think
thing?
that's turtle shit. I don't know.
Made with bits and pieces of real turtle feces.
shit. Moose Tracks. Yeah, I remember that one.
Moose Tracks. It's like chocolate pieces with caramel in them.
Yep.
In vanilla ice cream.
One of my.
Good God.
Now we're talking about ice cream. I will say one of my favorite ice creams ever was old Heath Bar Crunch.
Heath Bar, an underappreciated candy bar.
Oh my God, Heath Bars.
Was it a big Southern California thing?
I don't know. It was a big Ethan thing. I love those things. That and Whatchamacallits were my favorite ones.
Whatchamacallit.
Remember that jingle? Yes.
I got it.
Barry Manilow probably wrote that. He wrote a shitload of jingles.
It was either Barry Manilow or Babyface.
No, he really did. You know that? Barry Manilow was a huge jingle writer.
I did know that.
You know, he wrote "By Menon."
I did not know he wrote that one word.
Yep. 2 words. By Menon.
Oh, by Menon.
Yeah.
By winning. By winning.
By I have a lot of money now.
Oh my God, I'm spacing on it. The jazz singer guy. Big guy. Touching you, touching me.
Neil Diamond.
Neil Diamond.
Yeah.
Also a big commercial songwriter that people don't know.
Yep.
Sweet Caroline.
I was trying to think of a jingle I could sing that he wrote, but I can't think of one.
You know what I love? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it.
I'm loving it.
That's a great jingle.
McDonald's, yeah, it is. The other one Barry Manilow wrote was he's written a bunch. Shit, I just had it in my head and I'm blanking.
Who are you gonna call?
Oh, that'd be Ray Parker Jr. Who ripped off Huey Lewis.
Totally. Who wants it? I Want a New Drug.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's a lawsuit.
Did Huey win?
I think Huey won.
Let's just do fucking 7 years of music trivia right now.
Okay.
Who was the
Who
first?
wrote the jingle Band-Aid Stuck on Me?
Dokken.
It was Barry Manilow, actually. All right. Welcome to the Tangent Night, episode 57.
We don't often do this. It was just a fun night.
It's a fun night. We're having a good time.
Believe me, let me tell you this. If you don't like it, don't send the email that you've been percolating. Don't send the email you want to send.
Yeah, don't bother.
Don't fucking do it.
I didn't like listening to just a microphone in a room and you guys doing trivia.
I don't come to metalupyourpodcast.us.org to hear about Kid Rock's records in the 90s.
And Barry Manilow's jingles.
I don't care about jingle.
Yeah, if you didn't like this episode, that's totally fine. This is a recap episode. We're having fun here. But, we got a good response from our live episode in Detroit. We thought this might be a similar thing and very fun. If you didn't like it, that's fine.
No,
wait till
it's
next
cool.
week. Or go listen to episode 1 again or something. But all that to say, for the last hour and whatever this is, thanks for coming to the party. Thanks for listening to the podcast. We appreciate all you a lot. And with that,
I'll just go ahead and say peace.
Adios.
Oh!
Oh!
If you were our advisor, what would you say? Then I would say, delete that.